Baby Vegeta, a great character for Arc System Works to kill two birds with one stone. On one hand, add one of the greatest villains in Dragon Ball GT, and on the other, add another version of Vegeta, which at first sounds like a really bad idea, but in a game with 6 different Gokus, it would somewhat bring back the balance into this roster. A few weeks ago, I put together a tier list for the most likely characters to become DLC in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Of the 3 remaining character slots, I believe one of those will be a Vegeta. Most likely, Majin Vegeta, but if that doesn't happen, another very good candidate is Baby Vegeta, so let's look at how he would play in Dragon Ball FighterZ if he ever made it as a character. Brought to you by Crunchyroll, the place where you can watch unlimited anime, manga, and drama titles ad-free in 1080p HD quality and professionally subtitled, as soon as 1 hour after the episodes air in Japan. If you head over to crunchyroll.com/Globku, you can sign up for a 14-day free trial and get a taste of what premium life feels like. Something I love about Crunchyroll is the fact that you can simply watch it on your computer or use the app on your phone, tablet, or console, making it easy to watch anywhere. I've been catching up on Sword Art Online Alicization. A new season has just started, or a new episode just came out, and I heard it's really good. Since Alicization has been my favorite season of SAO so far, I am binge watching to catch up so I don't get spoiled. And by signing up for Crunchyroll Premium, you're also supporting the anime industry, as part of the revenue goes back to the creators of these shows that we all love. So head over to crunchyroll.com/Globku, you get 2 weeks of free anime while supporting this channel and the anime industry. Thank you Crunchyroll for sponsoring this video. First question we gotta ask is which version of Baby Vegeta we'll see. Before he's even Vegeta, he looks like this, but Vegeta is part of the appeal for this character, so we'll start right here, where he absorbs Vegeta, and this moment would be such a cool intro in my opinion. Then Baby Vegeta has some questionable fashion choices with these oversized shoulder pads, and then he gets a full jacket, and then he turns into a monkey. I think there's no doubt that if this character comes to FighterZ, this will be the version that we'll see in the game. Throughout the history of Dragon Ball games, this is the most popular character. Well, this and the monkey, but the monkey's never gonna work in FighterZ. So Baby Jacket Vegeta it is. Since we don't have the first version of Baby Vegeta anymore, this intro we talked about doesn't really work. So we're gonna have his other intro where he absorbs the evil energy of humans in the area, which completes his transformation into Super Baby Jacket Vegeta. For his victory pose, I can think of nothing else but him sitting in his throne and summoning the Red Shenron, asking him to restore his home world with this amazing shot as the victory screen. There's also a possible dramatic finish with Goku GT where Super Saiyan 4 blasts Baby's spaceship as he attempts to flee into space. But since dramatics are so rare and there's a good chance Omega Shenron might also make it as DLC, if anyone's taking a dramatic finish slot, it's gonna be that guy. Alright, that's enough with the cinematics, let's move on to gameplay. Baby Vegeta would not just be another Vegeta. Right now we have 3 Vegetas in game and they all share some of their normals. There's certainly an identity to every version of Vegeta, but also something they all share in common. If someone like Majin Vegeta made it into the game, I think he would share a lot of these moves, but Baby Vegeta is a completely different beast. I mean, he does use a lot of Vegeta's moves, don't get me wrong, sometimes he just changes his moves colors to pink, but as far as punching and kicking goes, there are enough moves in the show for ArcSys to create an entirely new moveset. There's this low punch that reminds me a bit of Kefla's special move, though in this case I think it could just be a normal attack. He has a lot of strong knee attacks and punching attacks that have such a high impact on the show, and I could easily see some of these becoming his heavy attacks, instead of the current Vegeta's standing heavy kick. And instead of Vegeta's down heavy kick, Baby Vegeta turns into a monkey and uppercuts you. Nah, I'm joking. He doesn't turn into the Ozaru, but this uppercut is awesome. Jumping down heavy is also a punch. This pose is also kinda cool, and I'm thinking his auto combo should have a grab. The third hit of the auto combo could be this moment where he grabs Oob and just throws him with one hand. A very Baby Vegeta thing to do. Some other moves would be similar, of course. For instance, he has the double axe handle for days, which would probably end up being his jumping heavy. But overall, we wouldn't see another recycled version of Vegeta here. He would be significantly different, just like Ultra Instinct doesn't really recycle any of Goku's moves. Moving on to his Ki Blast, we're gonna keep it simple. On the ground, he'd work a bit like Teen Gohan. Stand still, shoot a bunch of Ki Blasts, nothing too fast like Super Saiyan Vegeta, but still at a good pace. He'd also shoot them with only one hand, that's more of his style. In the air, I really like these Ki Blasts thrown by Goten while possessed by Baby. It's a lob throw, so I'm thinking in the air, Baby Vegeta will throw these 2 Ki Blasts, also lobbed kinda like base Vegeta. And you'd be able to adjust the angle depending on the direction you hold, so you could have a bigger angle for higher reach or something a bit more direct. Moving on to his special attacks, we're actually gonna keep things simple with this guy with only 3 specials. First, we're gonna give him a Ki Blast flurry just like Super Saiyan Vegeta, though this one will only work on the ground and not in the air. And also instead of ki blasts, it's air pressure from this moment he destroys Goku. The last hit of this flurry is a heavier one in the show, which gave me the idea of a cinematic follow-up attack. You know how Ultra Instinct Goku throws his air pressure and if he misses or it's blocked, it's kinda short, but if it hits, it keeps going. I kinda like that, but with a cinematic attack at the end, a bit like Super Broly when he does that blast at close range. From long range, there's no follow-up, but from close range, he brings you back down to the ground. So the follow-up here would be triggered not by distance or hit confirming, it would happen automatically if you land every single one of those projectiles. And the cinematic follow-up is simple. Camera zooms in on baby Vegeta's face and a bigger, heavier air projectile comes out, which would cause a wall bounce, potentially making this a great tool for corner combos, like many other special attacks currently in the game. Our next special attack actually has an official name, as it has been in a couple of Dragon Ball games before. It's the reverse shot. Baby shoots out these ki blasts, which then come back to hit the opponent from behind. We have something similar to this in the game already with Frieza's Destructo Discs, and that's a very good starting point to explain this ability, because there are a few notable differences. First of all, these are ki blasts and not Destructo Discs, which means their priority isn't as big. They can be super dash through, for instance, they lose in a lot more exchanges, which is going to make this a much weaker ability. However, they also won't hit Baby on the way back like the discs hit Frieza. And on top of it, in the show, Baby gets punched before the ki blasts actually come back to hit Goku. Normally, if you hit your opponent in FighterZ, their abilities disappear. That's how the discs work. If you hit Frieza, the discs don't come back. But in this case, I think we'll make an exception, and we'll just let Baby get hit without making the ki blasts vanish, just to stay a little extra loyal to the show. Besides, Krillin's level 3 already does this. That's why after you block Krillin's level 3, you should Dragon Rush, otherwise the ki blasts are gonna hit you. We also have Ginyu and Nappa, who can both throw their partners out there, and those partners will keep attacking even if the main character gets hit. So in a way, it wouldn't be unprecedented. And just to summarize this move, because I think we were a bit all over the place, reverse shot is a bunch of ki blasts that travel forward. If they get blocked or miss, they will still come back like Frieza's discs. They don't hit Baby on the way back, they're not interrupted if he gets hit, but they are ki blasts, which means you can reflect them or super dash through them. And our final special move is an automatic cross-up, just like Piccolo's, but with a twist. Baby Vegeta does this move a lot. He uses an after image and then shows up behind the opponent. This after image is a bit different than usual, like it fades out slower. It's like Baby Vegeta stays on screen for a longer period of time after he's actually left that place. Like he's not even there anymore. So as he crosses up, he'll leave an after image behind, which I can already see being an absolute nightmare to deal with. Imagine this, stagger pressure, and suddenly it stops. The natural reaction is to think a Dragon Rush is coming, but nope. Cross up. The character standing still there was just the after image. You try to tech the after image, so get hit. And to close our moveset prediction, we have, as usual, our supers. And we're gonna go a bit nuts with supers here, giving him a total of 5 supers. We saved up on specials so we could spend it all on supers. First up, the continuous Gallic Gun. This move looks like just a series of ki blasts, but they're actually Gallic Guns, as you can see from Baby's startup pose. This move has made several appearances in other Dragon Ball games, but given how easily Goku dealt with it, I can't see it becoming more than a simple level 1. Next, another level 1, the Final Flash. Pink Final Flash thrown by Baby Vegeta. Horizontal beam, pretty standard stuff, but then something really cool happens. When clashing against Oob, Vegeta splits the beam in half and then makes it stronger. So by holding down the button in game, you can spend an extra bar of meter and do exactly the same. Split the beams, bring them back together, deal extra damage with this level 2 super. That's 3 supers already, 2 more to go. The next one is gonna be his signature move. You'd think that with so many pink moves, his signature would also be pink, but nope, the Revenge Death Ball is pitch black. And honestly, I would love to see this character in FighterZ just to see this gigantic orb animated in game. Revenge Death Ball would be a pretty standard level 3 super, maybe a little bit like Kid Buu, where it has an activation and then just throws the orb in a cutscene. But here comes the twist. You can upgrade this into a level 5. By holding down the button, Baby Vegeta transforms into the Ozaru and fires a huge beam of fire from his mouth, causing the orb and your opponent to explode. We needed to have Baby Monkey Jacket Vegeta in the game somehow, and I think having him as a level 5 super makes perfect sense. After the super is done, he would turn back to his normal form. Before you ask if he stays in his monkey form, I mean, no, obviously not. That would never work in FighterZ, but still, an epic level 5 super to cap off a pretty epic moveset. And that, folks, concludes our moveset prediction for Baby Vegeta. Don't forget to head over to crunchyroll.com/Globku, get your 14-day free trial, And folks, which character would you like me to tackle next? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku and I'll see you next time. Bye!